Our second ranked quarterback is by far the riskiest prospect in this draft when you consider where he's going to go pick wise and how much his ceiling and floor is separated. That being said, we may never have seen a quarterback with the ceiling that Anthony Richardson has, considering he's got a cannon for an arm, is a better athlete than Cam Newton despite being the same size, and just overall has all the tools to be one of the all-time greats, yet he's only played in 13 college games. It's truly an enigma. There are going to be a lot of comparisons to Josh Allen and Cam Newton, and these are certainly fair, but in our eyes, we are going with a more athletic Jordan Love, a player that has sat for 2 years, and you might need to do the same with Anthony Richardson to reach his full potential. Yes, we don't know what Jordan Love will be yet, but it is worth noting that it could very much pay off for the Packers, and we think Anthony Richardson also could do to sit behind an established veteran with a good coaching staff that can properly take the time and not rush him out onto the field. There are also probably going to be those who compare him to Jamarcus Russell, but by all accounts, Russell was someone who just didn't care about improving or studying or anything like that, and that does not seem to be Anthony Richardson in the slightest. Not that anyone needs a reminder, but this is just a quick thing showing off his natural arm strength. This was not a good throwing motion. His lower body was tight together, and yet it still was a flick of the wrist and got right where it needed to be. This highlights his issues with his throwing motion while in college. This is just not a good look. It's really long, it's out wide, it's not close tucked in, and his lower body is definitely out of sync, which does show up a lot on tape. And despite it getting there, it still shows that he had a lot of development to do with his motion. And then fast forward to the combine where he put on a clinic throwing and everything looks so much better. His motion is still slightly long, but his lower body is synced up perfectly, and he delivers a strike down the field, reminiscent of Josh Allen and his combine performance. The NFL combine is not the be-all, nor should it be, but what it can show is things like player development from where they were in college, like it did with Anthony Richardson and his throwing motion. It also gives you an opportunity to see what kind of person they are. His interviews were amazing. He was always smiling, just seemed happy to be there. And when asked how he did after an amazing day, he was talking about what he could improve on. This matters, and it shows what kind of worker he is. Lastly, if you want to see his in-game smarts, you should look at his interview/quarterback room with Steve Mariucci while at the combine. It was very well done, and it seems like he's very capable of leading an offense at the NFL level. None of this means he is not risky. Obviously, someone with as little college experience as him does carry risk, but his personality seems to be one that is going to always work hard, and in our opinion means he's very worthy of the #1 pick because the physical upside is unlimited.